Today, most scientists believe that human beings like ourselves evolved from ape men. They say that human beings like us came into existence about 100,000 years ago, and before that there were only ape men, and before that primitive apes and monkeys. This idea began with Charles Darwin in the last century, and scientists today still believe it, most of them. But this story of evolution is different from the story of human origins that we get from all of the great religions of the world. I've personally studied many of them, including the ancient Sanskrit writings of India. And these great religious traditions tell us that human beings have been here since the very beginning and that we've been placed here by God. We've been created by God. We didn't evolve from the apes or the monkeys, as modern science says. Now, scientists will claim that all of the physical evidence that scientists have ever found supports their view that human beings evolved from the apes fairly recently. But when I did 8 years of research into the whole history of archaeology, I found that over the past 150 years, archaeologists have discovered huge amounts of evidence showing that human beings, like us, have been on this planet for millions and millions and millions of years, since the very beginning, as the great religious traditions of the world have always said. Now, someone may ask, if there is so much evidence that human beings have been on this planet for millions and millions of years, then why don't we hear about it so much? This is because of what I call a process of knowledge filtration. Reports of evidence that go along with the fixed ideas of the scientific community about human origins pass through this filter very easily. This means we will read about such discoveries in our textbooks at school and university. We will hear scientists talking about these things at conferences and on radio and television. Also, we will see the objects on display in the museums of natural history, like this one. But if there is evidence which may be just as good, if it happens to violate these fixed ideas, then we don't read about it in the textbooks, we don't hear scientists talking about it, we don't see the objects on display in the museums of natural history. In other words, if the facts don't go along with the theory of evolution, then we don't hear about them, even though they may be there. The presence of human beings on this planet goes so far back in time that it becomes impossible to explain human origins by any kind of evolutionary process. To me, that suggests that we have to go back to the traditional explanation that human beings were placed here by an intelligent designer, an intelligent creator for a specific purpose. If we look at the complex biomolecular machinery in the human body, we can find no explanation how it could have arisen simply by chance mutations, random genetic variations, and random changes in the DNA. It suggests the presence of an intelligent designer. So my conclusion is that human beings were created by an intelligent designer, by God.